Hey guys, welcome back to Feral Feeds, and today I wanted to talk about this trend of being a bad mom for views. I mainly wanted to focus on the effects that it has on the children. I don't think we've reached a point yet where the children of these infamous moms or infamous parents have grown old enough to have their own social media profiles and tell their story or give their input, aside from the son from 8 Passengers, who was even in a Hulu series about the topic. But that's more on the vlogging side, where there was a huge trend back in the day on YouTube for the family vlogging channels. But let's focus on TikTok, the mecca of short form, clout chasing, and sacrificing everything for views. I've always been 100% against kids having a digital footprint, especially when they don't even understand what it is. It's not fair, and it's something that they will for sure have to deal with when they become older. I can't talk about this subject without bringing up the one and only Ashley Trevino. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive on the moms in these videos, but for those of you who don't know, Ashley Trevino is the biggest clout chasing demon. She's in her mid-30s with 2 teenage girls. Ash got a lot of traction when she started off as the inmate hopper, saw how much money she was making doing live battles, and then just continued to embarrass herself on TikTok. Mind you, her girls are teenagers, like I said, so of course they are on TikTok, as well as their friends. Ash got so deep into the TikTok world that her daughters now live with her parents, while she goes around Texas and California flirting with boys that are closer to her daughter's age. She has shown so many signs of neglect. Someone remind me how long it took her to get her daughters beds while she's making thousands on TikTok. Eventually, her daughters got fed up of their mom's antics and couldn't keep up with this fast life, so now both girls live with their grandparents permanently. But it's not like they had a choice, since Ash drops them off over there anyways while she goes out partying, embarrassing herself further.
I ain't no this bro. Don't do this no more. I'm just kidding. Note to self, never bring nobody from Cali. They don't give you
By the way, she lives her whole life on TikTok Live, so everything is out there in real time. There's no going back to edit. There's no fixing something she said or did. This girl just raw dogs social media without a care in the world. Drunk, high, whatever state she's in, she's gonna go on live. The girls have expressed how they felt about their mom's social media presence and how it affects their own social life. There was one point in time where their friends did not want to come over to their house because Ash was always on live. Everybody in Ennis, Texas, who was on TikTok knew about Ash Trevino. It doesn't matter what's going on, she's gonna hit the live button. The daughters' names and faces are already out there for everyone to know, and they're not even 18. They will always be able to Google themselves, unfortunately, and it's not really fair. They didn't ask for this. And the things that are going to come up on Google will all be connected to their mom, and it won't be good things. Digital footprint is real, and there's no reversing it. I'm not saying the girls can't grow up to be something big like politicians and lawyers, but it just sucks that this era of their lives will definitely be brought up. The girls even have to be homeschooled because of how Ash acts online and her reputation. But of course, Ash doesn't take accountability for it.
I feel like I'd rather go back to my old life. Yeah, we have money, and I mean, I don't like being online publicly. Like,
I understand that.
Yeah.
Especially you're so young.
Yeah. And growing up, that's why I'm homeschooled too. In the beginning of school, people noticed my mom, and I got in the cafeteria a lot of stares. And so if I could, I honestly would go back to my old life, to being a nobody to people, because that's when I was more confident, didn't care how I look. And now since I'm publicly, I've cared more about how I look, how I go out, and stuff.
Now, a normal mom would think, hey, my TikTok career is not only affecting my relationship with my kids, but also affecting them and their ability to make friends, have a social life, and even going to school. They might miss out on the high school moments you can't get back, like prom, games, homecoming, senior trips, all because their mom wants to show her areolas on the internet. Ash is absolutely desperate for attention, and she clearly has no limits. Whether it's her getting evicted, embarrassing her kids, her parents, she's going to show it all, and these are the moments that would usually be private to someone with a normal brain. It's like the daughters don't even have a mom. They have an older sister, and the whole world is witnessing this whole circus in real time. Now, I'm sure we've all heard of the donut mom, but if you haven't, real quick, it's a lady named Alexandra Sable who got a lot of attention on TikTok, where she's just plating her kids' food. But the plate just showed powdered donuts and applesauce. For breakfast, a plate of sugar, yes. Willy Wonka himself sponsored this breakfast, and she just kept at it. She's now at over 800,000 followers for that reason. All the food she cooks looks unhealthy, and people are genuinely concerned for the kids. But this goes back to my poverty content video. She knows that if she starts improving, people wouldn't be interested in her content anymore. There won't be any shock value, controversy, engagement. So in order for her to keep getting the views and keep getting paid, she has to keep up with this unhealthy stuff.
We got pizza. We got pizza. We got pizza. And wings. We got pizza. Kids don't get pizza very often, so figured I'd do a fun treat and give them some pizza.
Now, I don't know if the kids are actually eating this every day or if she's just doing this for the video, but if this is actually the children's diet, we have a big issue here. Her whole motto is lazy mom this, lazy mom that. Now, I get the appeal. It's relatable, it's self-aware, feels authentic, but when lazy becomes an excuse for neglecting you and your kids' health, it's harmful. Now you may think, oh, it's not that deep. But is this not that deep?
The room wasn't supposed to be on the 3rd floor. I don't do 3rd floors. I can't at my size, and if I try, it could end very badly.
Yeah, and imagine the complications aside from the excess weight. It starts young and it starts at home. Kids' bodies are like sponges. What you put in it now shapes their growth, energy levels, and even future health. When your kid's diet is basically sugar in 5 different textures, you're setting them up for real problems like diabetes, attention issues, tooth decay. And if you're already a lazy mom, who knows if they're going to the dentist appointments? And on top of that, this is now your online identity. Feeding your kids, sure, there's ways you can redeem yourself, but it doesn't erase this part of your content. Imagine being a kid and it's time to go to parent-teacher conference, and your classmates recognize your mom, not just for being famous, but for what she did to become famous. Her name is literally Donut Mom. But what I will say about Alexandra is she does a good job at not showing her kids in her content. That's the only thing I'll give her credit for. Another mom who really grinds my gears is Stephanie Jenkins. Like, girl, we know you get creator funds, sponsorships, and all this other social media money, but you want to stuff this huge family into a single hotel room just to keep this whole poverty storyline? I'm sure you'd make more money with a success story. This whole fake poverty thing is just teaching kids to beg, teaching them that someone will always be out there to help them and donate as long as you sell it. Not sell it in that way, I mean sell the sob story. Check out my poverty video, by the way. I can bet my own money that Stephanie has enough money for an apartment. This is a choice and you can't convince me otherwise.
I've just seen this comment in the comment section of a video of someone showing a housing option that Stephanie can use because there are some, and someone said my aunt offered her a home in LeGrand, $500 down payment and $600 rent. No credit checks, no landlord checks. She just wanted to help these kids. Stephanie told her no thanks. Imagine only having to pay $600 in rent. Imagine only having to do a $500 deposit, not first month or last month. Stephanie, you better, ooh, girl.
And because of this, these kids are forced into this tiny space, sleeping on the floor. The damn baby doesn't even have room to grow. They're gonna hit 3 feet and stay that way forever. Now, I saved the worst for last. Introducing Kaye G. She's a TikToker from Memphis, and her kids are very much in her content. Mainly her 11-year-old Autumn. The relationship she has with Autumn is more like a friend instead of a daughter. Also, what I want to point out, aside from the digital footprint, watch how you dress your children in these videos if you're going to put them on the internet at all. Once I start seeing more saves on a video than likes or comments, I already know why. I'm somewhat in the cybersecurity field, and all I'm going to say is these pictures and videos, no matter how innocent you think they are, float around on the web, especially the dark web. But back to Kaye. She's leading Autumn to create her own footprint. A life of clout chasing on the internet when she needs to be doing kid stuff. Social media already plays a role in job recruiting. I can't imagine how much more involved it will be in the next 10 to 15 years. They're gonna see these videos.
And try, it's gonna hurt, but you ain't gonna have to keep worrying about shaving every goddamn couple of days. She might as well go and get used to it now. Why I don't want her to do the shaving. She gonna have bumps.
Just walk in, bitch. Just like they got a cool force on their her, like throw them beats from.
Kaye can delete all her accounts, erase the videos, but they will still be there. Employers or colleges will know about all of her fights in elementary school, how she went to an alternative school, how CPS showing up was a regular thing.
Hey there. Hey, what's going on?
Not much, I just called you.
I told you not to come to my house. I don't got nothing to say to you.
Oh, okay. So what you want to do?
I just told you what I'm doing. I'm not finna come keep proving nothing to y'all. Do you have any proof that my kids, any of them, are in any imminent danger? No, you don't.
This poor girl has the wrong person for a role model, and she's leading her down the path of destruction. Kids pick up on everything, whether you realize it or not. This girl is going to have the wrong sense of love, stability, conflict resolution, relationships, priorities. It's just messy.
The cars in the garage barely running too. And go throw that stick right back over there. We gonna play stick master, stick wars all day. Go throw that motherfucker right back over there. And don't hear her call, because you know they got a camera on top of their thing. They think they slick. Wait, Autumn.
What looks cute and funny now will look like a lack of discipline later. And the world is literally watching this whole process in real time because her mom is deciding to digitally document it.
Sometimes school be hard. You know what I'm saying?
You don't believe me?
Sometimes my kids, I don't force my kids to go to school every day. Sometimes they wake up and they be like, I don't feel like going to school today, Mom. And I be like, fuck that shit, you ain't got to go.
I just feel bad for all these kids. I mean, back then, before all the cameras and social media, parents were able to make excuses for not being there. Like, oh, I tried my best, but they wouldn't allow me to see you, or I tried making ways to be there for you and blah, blah, blah. But now all the evidence is on the internet. How are you trying to see me and take me to school and make this happy home when I see you partying every night? The video is right there. You can't lie, Mom. There's a date and a timestamp on it as well. Even comments under it asking where your kids are and you're ignoring the comments. Or when the kids grow up to have all these health issues and the parent has no excuse for it because, again, the video is right there. I can see the towel on the ceiling trying to cover up the smoke detector. I know you were smoking around me when I was 2, Mom. I know why I have diabetes and high blood pressure because I'm looking at all these videos, eating all these fried foods and McDonald's. The evidence is there. The evidence is there. The kids are going to grow up and be able to literally watch their childhood on the internet. I can count on one hand how many videos I have of myself as a kid. And they're all like birthday parties, someone older's graduation or something. But I cannot imagine having a video of myself reacting to my parents fighting or getting evicted or something traumatic. Like, to have a video of that, to be reminded of it, is crazy to me. Kaye's kids have witnessed some of the worst, from the domestic violence, the yelling, the screaming, destroying their brand new house, destroying everything. And they're going to be reminded of it every time they go back to these TikTok videos and watch them.
The food I just made.
Where do I got a place? Do I got a crib to go to?
Oh my God.
You want to do this weird shit, but I don't got nowhere to go.
But
and like I said, even if Kaye deleted her account, they're screen recorded. They're still going to be on the internet. All they have to do is type it up when they're older, and it's going to be right there. But I do hope everything works out for all of these children, these innocent children who didn't ask for any of this. Hopefully they can use this stuff as a learning lesson. The importance of how you represent yourself online is just as important as how you represent yourself in real life. Technology is growing fast, very fast, and the internet and social media is going to be involved in every part of your life. Just because your LinkedIn looks good doesn't mean they're not going to go over to your Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff just to double check. But all right, guys, that's the end of this video. Remember to like and subscribe if you want more of these, and thank you for watching.